Rich, along with Brian, is also someone I know through Toastmasters. And if you're already a Toastmaster, then you know that Toastmasters is a huge organization where you have an opportunity to meet and network with a lot of different people. And that's how I had the privilege of meeting this young man right here, owner of All Is Well Inspired, along with his wife, Erica Akwo, who is always his biggest fan and supporter in the audience. Rich has a non-profit organization called A Friend to the Homeless. Some of you may participate in that with him. He feeds homeless second Saturday of every month. He provides book bags and shoes, and there's a lot of different things that Rich does. If anybody can talk to you about community leadership, it will be Rich, because he's very involved. He has a heart you wouldn't believe is as huge as this room, probably, maybe bigger. A devoted husband to Miss Erica over there. They are a powerful team together. He will present here on stage now, but this man right here is an excellent and awesome husband to his wife. Powerful team for All Is Well. And I just want to have the opportunity to say thank you for being in my network, Rich.
Always.
Thank you. Rich Akwo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Scales.
Good morning, Rich.
Be like Harvey and go all. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Tanya, thank you so much for that introduction. When we were getting ready for this event, we had to send our introductions for, just to get us introduced. And I said, Tanya, you know me well. There's something about when somebody knows you and knows who you're about and what you're all about, and they can introduce you on stage. That makes all the difference in the world. And when I say I'm sitting among leaders, Tanya is a magnificent leader herself. Owner, president, CEO of Speak Excellent. She is doing a wonderful, incredible job in the lives of youth, empowering them, giving them a self-worth. Young women, young men. So, Tanya, my hands out to you. About a month ago, I was at a Global Leadership Summit. And that was prior to Brian asked me if I wanted to speak at this skills event. And one of the speakers said something that I developed a speech from, and he basically said, real change happens, or real change is possible, not only when we ask why, but when we start doing and keep doing. I'll say that again. Real change is possible, not only when we ask why, but when we start doing and keep doing. Why, start, keep. All three of those have to be sequential. And as I was preparing for this speech, I actually texted Brian. I said, Brian, I am all over the place with this speech. See, when you are asked to give a speech about influencing the community, for me, that is my passion, that is my life calling. I'm a business owner, but the one thing that gets me out of bed every day is saying, how can I make the life of somebody else better? So Brian actually tapped into my core. And so it was actually kind of difficult for me to say, what should I talk about today? There were so many things I wanted to talk about. Brian said, Rich, Toastmasters, just at the end of the day, focus on your core message. Focus on your core. So we are trained in Toastmasters how to speak and the message you want to deliver. And for me, I had to think, what do I want to get across today to my brothers and sisters? Focus on your core message. You see, change for me, that opening video actually, I sent Brian a message as far as like, Brian, I kind of agree and disagree with that video. Yeah, the little things in life are important. The little moments in life that we're able to influence lives, those are important. However, being able to influence the lives of people around you and changing their lives, for me, that is more important. See, people don't believe that change is possible. Most don't believe change is possible. I believe change is possible. I believe that the simple acts of kindness that we do can not only change one life, can not only change one person, but can change an entire generation. That's my belief. I believe that we as a people have the power to change the world. That's what I'm about. See, at first I was just like, if I'm lucky enough, if whatever I do changes one life, that's good. No, I don't want to change one life. One is not good enough for me. One is not good enough for you. Think global. Change the world. How do we as leaders in here go about changing the world, changing the lives of the people around us? First, you need to know what it is that you want to change. What is it that you want to change, Harvey? Me. You. What is it that you want to change? Once you understand your what, the most important question, not even a question, a statement, a sentence, a three-letter sentence, or three-letter word actually, three-letter word. W-H-Y. Why? Why do you want to change that thing? What is it about that thing that you want to change? Why? You see, why gives your life meaning? Why gives your life purpose? Why gives you something to wake up from bed every day? Why propels you forward? And as leaders, we must have a strong enough why. A strong enough why, because what does that do? That gives you the inspiration, that gives you the motivation, and that fuels you to be relentless until you achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. I mentioned I was all over the place, so I'm hoping I'm not all over the place right now. But moving forward, as I progressed through developing this speech, I said, what can I talk about today to impact something for you to take away with you? And as Brian said, change that one thing, change that one life for the better. And here's my message. Change. Real change. Real change. It's not about what you do. It's about why you do it. I'll repeat that. Real change is not about what you do, but why you do it. And I'm going to share 4 key points to help us together, not me, you, us, as leaders, to change not only us, not only our community, but change our world. So if you're ready, say, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Now be like Harvey. Say, I am ready.
I'm ready.
I am ready.
I am ready.
All right. So the first point is a leader's work is to take people from here to here, from here to there. A leader is never satisfied with the status quo. A leader is never satisfied with the status quo. The status quo says this is it. A leader says, no, I can go higher. The status quo says the sky is the limit, Samira. The leader says, no. If a man landed on the moon, that the sky cannot be the limit. The leader always says, what can I do to take somebody, something, some situation from here, take them over there. That's what we do as leaders. So you have your starting point, that is that status quo. And when you notice that status quo, you as a leader have to identify that why and what is it in for you? What can I do to better this situation? But as I beautifully illustrated there, thank you, going from here to there is never a linear shift. That line is never straight, actually. You have zigzags, ups and downs, highs, lows, good days, bad days. But the most important thing, as a leader, you keep your eye on the vision. Your vision as a leader is very, very important. Keep your eyes focused on the vision. That vision is your why. That vision is the thing that keeps you waking up every day. No matter what the circumstances, no matter how dark it is, that vision propels you forward. The road to success is inevitably passes through the land of failure. You will have hard days, tough days, whatever that vision is, wherever you're trying to move somebody to. And as leaders, we're not just moving ourselves, we're not just moving the people we are leading with. We're moving the people that we're trying to help and impact. So you're going to go through some tough days, but you have to keep focused on your vision. Know that it's not going to be rosy and flowery and sunny every day. You will face some tough moments, all right? But when you get to that land of failure, you don't stop there. You're not a failure. Because if you hold on to that vision, if you have a big enough why, no matter the circumstances, no matter what is going on, you will get there. No matter what, you will and can, you will get there. The world, something was wrong. When I came across this picture, I was actually like baffled. As most of you know, I have committed my life, not just as a business owner, but I call myself a philanthropist, and people think you need to have a lot of money. No, you don't. When you break down that word, phil is love, and throp is love of people at the end of the day. And one of the things I've committed the rest of my life, my wife and I, is basically serving those in need, the homeless, people who are disadvantaged, not only here in America, but also around the world. That is my life commitment. One thing that sickens me is poverty, homelessness, people who are not able to do for themselves. And when I look at this picture, and people say, we can't house enough people in Baltimore, Maryland. You see, my why is always asking me, why should it be this way? Why do I have to drive down President Street and I see a homeless man sleeping outside? Why? We live in the United States of America. Why does it have to be this way? You see, when I see that and that why rises up, I want to do something about it. I call us to do something about it. It's not okay for us to spend, how much is that? $1 trillion on wars. And all we have to do is spend $135 billion to eradicate global poverty. That's it. Look at the disparity. But you know why that first one surmounts everything else? It's easy. Us as human beings, we are innately selfish. That's why my first slide was be selfless. That's our movement. Be selfless. As human beings, we are innately selfish. We think about self-preservation. We think about me before we think about others. Why is it that way? We have to change that. We have to shift from that mentality and get rid of the war. And as Harvey talked about, love. Love from the heart. That's where it starts. Whenever you serve, serve from the heart. That's where it starts. Let's get rid of that. And people always think, yeah, that's a picture. That's me. If you notice a bald head and a fro, that's Erica. People always think like before you get started, you need to be big, you need to be, have a lot of money. But you really don't. 3 years ago, this picture was actually taken on our first homeless giveaway. We just collected a few items, had Christmas cards, and myself, Erica, and my friend Keith, who was a photographer, took that picture. And it was just the three of us. Went down to Central Avenue, spent about an hour and a half, and Erica with one of our friends, Tyrone, and that man Jerry is part of my why also. Jerry, myself,